Hey guys, today we will talk about the 7 things that rich people do but you don't. This list looks at 7 aspects of the life of the typical millionaire that go against our preconceived notions of wealth. It serves as both a guide to understanding the rich, and a guide to copying them in the best possible way, the way that can lead to your own future wealth. But before starting the video, I want you to please subscribe our channel if you haven't yet, and please like and share the video to get more helpful and entertaining video. Buy affordable. Here's something that happens to all of us: we see a pretty but useless thing being offered at a discount, we buy it, and then we come home and regret our decision. All too often, we spend money on impulse purchases, which is what distinguishes us from rich people, to whom buying an extra pair of jeans holds little attraction. As billionaire Warren Buffett once said, "If you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need." An effective way to avoid unnecessary spending is to make a shopping list before going to the store. Have a budget. All rich people keep a budget. And all rich people stick to it. Keeping a budget is essential, particularly these days as prices seem to be rising faster than the central bankers can print new money to enrich themselves and their friends. The most important part of a budget is honesty. You must be honest with yourself up front and make sure you factor in every dime and dollar you spend. Rich people will pore over their budget for hours. This is necessary to ensure that diversions from the budget are accounted for. You could almost say that there is a correlation between how much time you spend on your budget and how wealthy you will get. Be frugal. Frugality is not just financially sound, it is environmentally sound. When a person is extremely frugal, they tend to waste less. He didn't do it because he was a crazed hoarder, he did it because he knew he would eventually have a use for those things, and when that time came, he wouldn't need to buy them. Being frugal can be hugely enjoyable, and the amount of money you can save just by being a little cautious with each expenditure can be astronomical. It is well said, "A penny saved is a penny earned." False economy: the idea that buying cheap is always best. It is better to buy one pair of shoes for $100 that lasts 5 years, than 5 pairs of shoes that cost $20 but last 1 year each and require 5 trips to the store. Wealthy people will spend time investigating important purchases before they make them, to ensure that they are buying something that will last as long as possible. Once the rich become dollar rich, they also do something that most of us, including the new rich, don't do. They invest a portion of their money in tangible goods that enrich their lives in more than just monetary ways. They will buy art, because they love the painting; they will buy fine wine, because they love to drink it; they will buy bullion, and they will buy antiques. Obviously there is a financial benefit to owning those things, as they will often increase in value over time, but they have one other characteristic that is perhaps the most important: they are hard to sell. When you have $1,000 in cash sitting in front of you, it is very easy to spend it on a whim. Not so when your $1,000 is tied up in a bottle of Chateauneuf du Pape. The need to sell your goods to free up the cash gives you the time needed to make a more reasoned decision on whether you really want the $1,000 trinket you are lusting for. Don't look rich. Far and away the most significant aspect of the lives of the truly wealthy is that no one can tell they are rich. They are the regular folk living next door, driving an old car, and working as many hours as you are. On the other hand, the guy up the road with the luxury lifestyle that everyone wants to emulate is probably cash poor and miserable. The goal is to be rich, not to look rich. Buy second hand. Some things you can't or don't want to buy second hand, things like undergarments, food, and bedding. But when it comes to everything else, rich folk are the first in line to get a bargain by buying second hand. Most significantly, rich people tend to not buy cars brand new, understanding the horrendous depreciation that occurs in the first few years of a new car, or if they do buy a new car, they tend to own it for at least 10 years, ensuring they get the full value out of it. Rich people love antiques, which are not always particularly expensive, and second-hand furniture, but most importantly they love the value of buying second-hand. Every penny that is saved by buying a second-hand versus a brand new can then be invested or saved for a purchase that helps secure your financial future.